Well, good morning. Over 2 years ago, I embarked on an adventure into the strange and mysterious world of Eternum, the first of many adventures I would have on my channel. And, as this chapter comes to a close, I want to take a moment to look back on the journey. On July 31st, 2021, while I was in the middle of chemo and radiation, I put out my first video. I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't know a thing about editing, how to set up sound, or how to do intros, outros, nothing. All I wanted was to share footage with some friends of a game beta that was promising. The world was unique and the story was simple. You were trapped, shipwrecked on an island full of mystery and magic, where everything had eternal life. Something died? It came back to life. Sometimes as itself, and sometimes as a withered, lost, or worse. That game was New World. The initial release of the game that September began with hours-long queues. In the coming days and weeks, an expanding list of bugs were noted by many players. Among the most notable were people using unintended tricks to make themselves immune to damage in PvP, and gold and item duping bugs so severe that trading had to be disabled multiple times. As a result, the game suffered from lost trust by many people and a decline in viewers. The player base dropped from 913,000 to 357,000 within the first month, a significant 60% decrease. It only got worse from there, with user counts dropping to under 23,000. The release of the Brimstone Sands update in October 2022, with its new zone and expedition, brought some people back. Numbers rose again to over 130,000. However, it was short-lived, and the numbers rapidly dropped again, eventually settling into the 15,000 range. And through it all, I played. First solo on my character Arlena, then after the revamp of the storyline, on Medriel with my friend Chris. And each time I enjoyed the game for what it was and mused over what could have been. As with any open world game, my main goal is exploration. And, in New World, each zone had something interesting for me to discover. I remember washing up on shore in First Light, back when it was still a starter zone, and trying to get my bearings. I remember seeing the shattered obelisk for the first time. I must have taken 24 pictures of it. I was so enthralled with the silent structure, forever frozen in time. I remember my first sight of the church in Brightwood, dark and decayed, cursed by the same malady affecting the tortured souls that had once been the region's residents. And, most recently, I remember my first look at Eden Grove, both surreal and beautiful, but deadly. Exploring Eternum is something I still love about the game. Now, with New World's first paid expansion coming out, there's hope that the addition of mounts and the removal of the expertise system will bring people back. Perhaps it will. I don't have a secret window into the future to know one way or another. But I, like many others, have become wary of hoping that this will be the case. However, as of recording this, the concurrent player count on Steam is over 54,000, almost 4 times what it's been in the last month. I'll keep an eye on the game, continue to play it as I have, and see how the expansion is received. And, if it goes on sale, I might buy it. But only if it goes on sale. While there's no way to change the past, perhaps in the future the game will rise up and become the truly good game that I saw the potential for years ago. Only time will tell. Do I regret buying the game? No, why would I? After all, I already had hundreds of hours into it before it released, between alphas and betas and preview weekends. You could say it had already paid for itself. I know I do. Tell me, if you bought and played New World, what do you think of the game? Do you still play it? And what are your hopes for the future of Eternum? As we take one final look at Eternum, all I can say is it was an interesting adventure. And perhaps the story isn't over yet.